Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Valmore. Today I am going to be bringing to you a recipe from the Necronomnomnom. This is going to be a pretty simple pulled pork barbecue. This is going to be Wilbur Whateley's Dunwich sandwich. Let's get started. So into my slow cooker I am going to put apple cider vinegar, a bottle of beer, and the pork roast. Now I'm going to cover the meat that is sticking out with barbecue sauce. And then I'm going to cook that on low for 12 hours. So I'll see you later. Wilbur Whateley is a resident of the fictional Massachusetts town Dunwich, and is a character in the Dunwich Horror, a story that is probably one of Lovecraft's most popular. In this story, Wilbur was tasked by his grandfather to open a gate which Yog-Sothoth, who is also believed to be his father, can use to enter into our world. This leads him on a search for the Necronomicon to find the ritual he needs to open this gate. However, he dies during this search. With his death, there's no one left to take care of his twin brother, who is the titular Dunwich Horror, a massive invisible being who tortures the town of Dunwich until he is finally defeated by members of the Miskatonic University. So one of the things I thought I would do to make this a bit of a longer video was the recipe called for Boston brown bread, which I had never heard of, and it comes here in this can. And even though the recipe doesn't seem that difficult, it is a wheat bread with cornmeal and molasses. Many of the recipes called for it to be baked in a way where it almost was steamed, or even to actually just be steamed. So instead of doing this odd preparation, I just bought the can. Let's see how that looks. Well, it looks exactly like I thought a can of bread would. So I'll just cut myself a slice and set that aside while I finish up the rest of the pulled pork. So after being in the slow cooker for 12 hours, this is going to fall right off the bone. The big bone that was in there just slid right off of it. And now I'm just going to shred this up. Now I'm going to take some of my leftover liquid, add the rest of the bottle of regular barbecue sauce that I used to pour on top during cooking, a bottle of hickory smoked barbecue sauce, brown sugar, onion salt, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and paprika. And I'm going to mix everything together. Now I'm going to add back in my pulled pork, mix everything together. Now I'm going to pile my pulled pork onto my bread and add a few bread and butter pickles as eyes. Like I said at the beginning, this was a very simple pulled pork recipe. It was also delicious. The pork was tender and juicy, and it had just fallen apart when I was shredding it, which just lets so much of it get covered in the barbecue sauce. And speaking of the sauce, it was a little sweet with some smoky elements from the hickory barbecue sauce. It had a little bit of heat, probably could have even had a little more for my liking. And if you, like me, have never had this bread before, it is also pretty good. It's very dense with a strong molasses flavor. The cornmeal in the dough doesn't seem like there was a lot in there, but just enough to add some texture to this very heavy bread. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at chef_Velmore. The links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and come on back next week for another recipe.